Good morning, everyone. I'm the host today, and my friend Sarah Wayland, she is a longtime friend and also RDA consultant, relationship development intervention. We're both certified in this wonderful parent training and supervision program. So Sarah and I are both moms to neurodiverse uh, young adults, teens, preteen for me. And today we are going to chat about rewards or to bribe or not to bribe. It's really tough. So, to bribe or not to bribe, or rewards or no rewards. This is something I think for all parents, this is our fallback. I'm sure this is happening a lot. If you do this, then you get this. If you don't do this, you can't have access to, all these fun things. So I think this is an important one to discuss. So let's start with this one. Sarah, what is the difference between a reward and a bribe? So what do you think?
I love this question. I'm fond of saying there really is no difference because I say things like, if you work for somebody else, they bribe you to come to work every day. And if they stopped bribing you, you would stop going to work and you would find some other person to bribe you to go to work every day. So, some of it is about how you're framing the term reward or a bribe. So one of the things that I like to think about with a reward versus a bribe is that you usually invoke either one of those things for tasks that the kid really isn't all that interested in doing for whatever reason.
Right.
And so you're trying to motivate them to do something. But rewards you usually do for doing the right thing, whereas a bribe you often give for doing the wrong thing. So some of that's framing.
Right. So for me, a reward is, well, first of all, it just sounds better. A reward is something to look forward to. And I think all of us as human beings, we all have something to look forward to. And a bribe is something like a fallback. It's just one sounds better than the other, but to me, I like to think about reward as something we all can look forward to at the end of a non-preferred task, for example. Okay, so the next one is a slide about rewards one-on-one. And Sarah, you might want to add to this list. Should we use reward? And we already talked about, we all have something to look towards, to whether in school or at work or just going through our day. The reasons why we get up in the morning, especially today, like what is the reason to get up in the morning? Everything is not necessarily feeling positive every day. So should we use a reward with our children?
And I think one of the things that I feel pretty strongly about is you have to be really careful about when to use a reward. So if your child is already motivated to do something, to do the right thing without a reward, you definitely don't want to start rewarding them for doing that, because it starts becoming very transactional. So I was talking to a client yesterday, and she was saying that she accidentally was rewarding her son for watching his little sister, and and so she rewarded him for that. But now that everybody's a little older, he's like, she's saying, "Hey, can you please watch your little sister?" And he says, "What do I get for it?"
And
as opposed to everybody pitching in to help the family do better.
Exactly.
So careful.
So family contribution. So things like self-care and morning routines, if your kids used to be able to do it, when they had school, and now they're not able to do it anymore because of everything that's going on. So instead of rewarding them or bribing them, maybe we have to rethink that. Maybe partner up with them, transition together with them. That's something that I've been trying really hard to do, instead of telling them, nagging them. Try to create opportunities where we move together as a family. Might be more helpful instead of falling back to uh, the reward. So maybe an advice we can give to parents is to have a family meeting and decide, look through your daily routines and see which ones continue to stay as personal responsibilities, and which ones would be goals, and they could be individual goals for everyone in the family. And then people can decide what they want to work towards for those goals. So the second point is varying available rewards. And this is a tough one because we're all cooped up at home. So what's going on at your home in terms of things you can offer as rewards, Sarah, that's not just screen time? Maybe you can give me some ideas here. It's
What,
really
you just
hard.
took away the big carrot.
Oh yeah, what is the big carrot? There is
Great
no.
time, great time. But time with parents. So um,
Right.
I like to make sure that parents don't make their availability contingent
Mhm.
on doing these things. So you definitely want to be just spending time, quality time with your kids. But you could have, as you said, maybe a special play date with the kid or something like that. So earning time with the parents. Um, and a game they like to play,
Mhm.
maybe making a special meal together. I'm trying to think of ways to customize it for what you can do in the home. My
Right.
kids really enjoy showing me their favorite videos. That's something
Mhm.
they love doing, is showing
Yeah.
me their favorite videos. So
Right.
um, so those are some thoughts.
Yeah. So I think the challenge is not to fall back to screen type rewards, because the transition time out of that would be horrendous and it affects everybody's moods. so so we have to be really mindful. I think I would say screen related rewards is one thing that we have to control, because it can get potentially out of control. I highly recommend to be really aware of how much screen time still we let our kids have access to. Family currencies, that's the last one. How do we build this family currency, which is basically pairing ourselves as adults or as partners to do uh, activities that can bring joy to each one of us because we're doing it together.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make this happen because everybody's just not in a mood, and for parents we're juggling so many even more things to juggle at home. Um, so I would say work towards this every day. Don't give up because it's really important to have the secondary, uh, non, not object related, source of pleasure. I think would be really important.
Maisie, something
Mhm,
some of my families have really found helpful for rewards is they actually have a jar, a marble jar that
mhm,
they just keep in the center of their dining room table.
mhm,
And every time the kid does something, anybody in the family does something that somebody else likes, they just pitch a marble into the jar. And when the jar is full,
mhm.
then everybody decides together on some fun thing to do together as a family. So everybody contributes and can earn marbles. I guess all the kids can earn marbles, but the idea is you're not making a specific activity. You can earn towards a big activity like that.
Yeah, exactly.